Hello guys and gals, and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you my heavy armor magdk build for the harrowstorm patch. And I do want to make it clear right now before I start in the video, like I said before, this is a heavy armor build, and I don't think this type of heavy armor build will work without a specific set that I'm going to mention here. And it's been such a long time since heavy armor has been viable on a magdk that I'm not too sure how other armor sets would work without this. So if you want to go on and test something on your own, you can go for it. I, however, am not expecting similar results. And yeah, let's get on through the video. So for starters, we are using Spell Strategist. I am using Sharpened on the front bar. However, I highly suggest that you use Infused or Nernhoned. Either of those work. Sharpened is also just fine. I just don't have it researched yet, so I went with Sharpened, but that works just fine. We're also running Spell Strategist Resto Staff on the back bar. I'm using Bloodspawn. However, because of the heavy armor set we're using, this gives you more freedom to use whatever other armor set you want or monster set you want. You could use a Valken Scoria, you can use Grothdar, you can even use a Lamberus, Zons. Any of that works because we have the freedom to do so with heavy armor. But I'm just using Bloodspawn. But you have if you want to keep on using Bloodspawn, go for it. I just really like the ulti regen and stamina recovery from Bloodspawn. But if you want to go ahead and do that with any other armor set, if you want to use any other armor set, any other monster set, go for it. Now here is the set that I believe is making heavy armor magdk viable again. It is Dragon Guard. Now what this does, it gives you a lot of damage buffs for starters. Spell damage, weapon crit, spell crit. 5 pieces will add 289 weapon and spell damage while our health is above 50%, and then when our health is below 50%, we get over 3.3k spell and physical resistances. So most of the time when we go below 50k health, not 50k health, below 50% health, more often than not, you're going to be switching to your back bar to get it back up. So it's going to be super useful. So this set, it's going to be, the effects of these sets are going to be proccing when you need them. So when you're in someone's face, whipping them to death, you're going to be needing that spell damage. Let's say they do a lot of damage to you and you need a little more resistance. You're going to be getting that physical and spell resistance you need to quickly get you back up to the health you need. All spell damage on the jewelry, and that pretty much covers sets. Now, as for our abilities, we're using Elemental Drain on the front bar, Engulfing Flames, Fossilize, Molten Whip, Burning Embers, and Ferocious Leap. Elusive Mist, however, Elusive Mist you can switch around for what's it called? Dragonfire Scales. That works. I really like Dragonfire Scales instead of the other ones that give you CC immunity, because I hate how people can just easily spam arrows or crystal frags and get away with it. So I think they should be able to receive some sort of damage they're doing for a low risk, high reward spammable. So that's why I use Dragonfire Scales instead of the other wings. Volatile Armor, this is our armor buff. Molten Whip. Degeneration, however, you could use the other morph of this if you like. Works completely fine. And Molten Armament. And Life Giver. However, you can also use Temporal Guard instead of Life Giver if you like. Now we move on to champion points. 66 into Thaumaturge, 51 into Master at Arms, 51 into Elfborn, 51 into Elemental Defender, 51 into Spell Erosion, 51 into Tumbling, 35 into Shadow Ward, 75 into Arcanist, 48 in Tenacity, 56 in Warlord, 5 into Sprinter, 26 into Heavy Armor Focus, and 10 into Quick Recovery, 39 to Thick Skinned, 39 to Elemental Defender, and 49 into Hardy, 56 into Ironclad, and 51 into Resistant. Now I'm going to be going over the race I am using. I am using Breton, however High Elf is also very, very viable. Either of those two work just fine. This is what our stat sheet looks like, by the way. Our magic recovery, I know it looks low, but Elemental Defender is the thing that gives us an extra 300 recovery whenever we hit people. It more or less is reducing the cost of our ability, I would say. I just know that whenever we attack somebody, we are receiving 300 magicka, so it's kind of refunding the cost of an ability while adding it to your recovery, I guess I would say kind of works. And I haven't even showed you our stats when it's fully buffed up yet. I won't be able to show you when our enchant procs, but it gets you around 3.8k if I do recall. We are a vampire. I do want to make that clear. We are a vampire. You don't have to be a vampire, but I really like it for the damage mitigation you get when you are low on health. We are using the Mage, Mundus Stone, and we're using Tri-Stat Food. Now let me show you fully buffed up. Well, not fully buffed up, but somewhat buffed up. This is what you're going to be looking at when you're somewhat buffed up. Our spell damage reaches almost like 3.8k, if I do recall, for enchant procs. And no, it's like around 3.5k, if I do recall. I might be over-exaggerating there, I can't remember. But it is decent enough, in my opinion. As you can see, our spell crit is pretty low, so if you really want to, and you're not happy with that, on the front bar you can run Cauterize, which is going to take our spell crit a bit up, if you want to do that. However, I'm happy with just running Elemental Drain. I feel happy just being able to run Heavy Armor, again, on a magdk. But anyways, that is the build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more, please subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you all next time.